Hey guys, welcome to PrimeBlock Capital's daily update for April the 24th, 2025. I'm your host, Funcho Achibadi, and today we're diving into Bitcoin, holding strong above $92,000, retesting key resistance, plus Trump's tariffs, and the Fed moves, and also Jack Mallers with 21 Capital, which I can't wait to tell you guys about. It is huge. Okay, so if you want daily insights, join our free WhatsApp Crypto Insights Hub. Link is in the description, and let's jump in. Okay, Bitcoin's holding strong above $92,600 here. Now, I've given you a slightly different view. It's the 4-hour time frame. There's a reason for that. I wanted to zoom in a little bit just to show you guys how we've broken through that resistance and now we're flipping that to support. So we can see that right on the nose with this wick from the candle, perfectly bounced off it, and it's come back to retest again, slightly came into the resistance zone and is already starting to move out. So what we want to see here is that it's going to build a base and it's going to start continuing to trend to the upwards side of things. So where are we currently with Bitcoin? I think from my perspective, Bitcoin's kind of riding stock market volatility and also a weaker dollar. The fear and greed index is at 52. So we're bang in the middle. Okay. It's that kind of optimism, but also caution that people are trying to have a look at here for this entire situation. You've got that will it hold, will it not hold mentality. Now, I think really people need to look at the bigger picture. You know, liquidity drives crypto. And, you know, M2 money supply is key. Global M2s are, I think it's $90.219 billion. You know, that was as of February 2025. And with the US at 21.762 billion in March, China 326 billion in CNY. So, you know, it's grown 7% year on year. This cash flow has historically powered Bitcoin bull runs, and it could definitely, and I think will, support Bitcoin's current strength. You know, you've got the Trump tariffs and, you know, announced on April 2nd. They've been shaking the markets, as we all know. A 10% tariff on all imports started on the 5th of April with higher rates like 104% on Chinese goods from April 9th. Now, these could disrupt trade, potentially driving crypto adoption. And you've got to also think about, you know, the fact that a trade war still looms. You know, this hasn't been completely smoothed over yet. So it's a mixed bag. You know, I'd love to hear what your take is. So any of you that have got a take on this, please let me know in the comments below. In relation to the Fed, you know, the Fed's holding steady. They've kept rates at 4.25% to 4.5% and slowing quantitative tightening to $5 billion a month as of April 1st. Now, this keeps liquidity high, which is important. You know, that's a boon for crypto. Jerome Powell, he's hinting at rate cuts later in 2025. That would obviously lift risk assets like Bitcoin. You know, liquidity is the name of the game. It's as simple as that. I'm going to move on now, though, to something that I feel is absolutely huge, and it's about Jack Mallers. Okay, so this is huge news. Okay, Jack Mallers, formerly of Strike, is leading 21 Capital. Now, 21 Capital's a Bitcoin native firm backed by Tether, SoftBank, and Bitfinex and Cantor, okay, with 42,000 Bitcoin. And we're talking about $3.9 billion worth. It's the third largest corporate Bitcoin holder, and they're going public via an SPAC merger. Now, this is likely to boost institutional adoption dramatically. Of course, volatility kind of keeps us on our toes, but I definitely recommend any of you that have not seen this yet to watch it. It is definitely a must watch. I'm just going to give you a few seconds.
Jack, when did this idea come to be?
The founding story. So I co-founded the business with Tether. I would say I've known the Tether group for over a decade. There just weren't that many Bitcoiners around over 10 years ago. So we've done a lot of work together in El Salvador, et cetera. We've been so inspired by Michael Saylor and all of the public companies acquiring Bitcoin. But I would say over the last few years, that inspiration turned into what we thought was an opportunity and a hole in the market that we could deliver on, which is bringing blue chip credibility and startup upside. We feel like we can bring enough capital and be big enough to win. We're small enough to grow. And most importantly, a pure Bitcoin business. A lot of these companies, they're pivoting from a past operating business. They're rebranding, changing their name. They're maybe selling video games to buy Bitcoin or selling medical equipment to buy Bitcoin. Right. And we're a purpose-built Bitcoin company. We're going to build Bitcoin products, Bitcoin cash flow, and we're going to give Bitcoin per share growth to shareholders and be hopefully the best way for investors to get Bitcoin exposure in the public markets.
So I would definitely recommend you guys to watch the entire video. I think this is going to be huge for crypto. It's going to be huge for Bitcoin. And if MicroStrategy is anything to go by, this could be that and then some. So this is a major, major thing that's happening in the market at the moment. And I think that it is going to drive a lot of institutional adoption and bring a lot of retail in as well. Jack is one of those younger, cooler, hip type of people that is likely to bring a huge following of a younger demographic and younger generation into crypto, which I think is fantastic for the space as well. Okay, next up, I'm just going to talk to you about a couple of projects that really are highlighting the fact that brand new projects are starting to heat up again. Now, I want to make it clear I'm not affiliated with any of these projects and I'm not being paid to promote them. I'm purely letting you guys know that these are very hot topics at the moment. You do with it as you see fit, but this is not investment advice. I'm simply sharing it for education purposes. Okay, so let's jump into Solaxy, and I'm just going to tell you a very short bit about this. New projects are heating up. You've got the Web3 AI pre-sale with 1,747% return on investment potential. It blends AI and blockchain. And then you've got Solaxy. Now, Solaxy, the reason that I wanted to share this one on screen is mainly because this is Solana's first ever layer 2, which is built to tackle congestion. Now, Solana and everything that's on Solana has got its own culture and style to look at. It doesn't ooze corporate and, polished kind of branding. However, this is a layer 2 that is tackling congestion on Solana. Solana is an amazing blockchain, amazing project. However, congestion can be a problem when there is very high throughput. Now, these are exciting projects, some of these new ones that are coming up, but they're also extremely risky. So do your own homework before you choose to do any form of investment, okay? So at Solaxy, this was something that I felt was actually worth talking about and sharing with you guys. The reason being it's Solana's first ever layer 2 project that tackles congestion. Now, if you know anything about Solana, Solana's a fantastic blockchain. It's a fantastic project. It has grown dramatically and I think will do extremely well for the duration of the bull run. However, at times of high throughput, where there are lots and lots of transactions going on, it can get congested. And this is a major problem moving forward if you think about the numbers of adopted users that will continue to rise. So this is quite exciting to me. However, it's also extremely risky. So you need to do your homework before you even think about doing any form of investment. But with this particular one, it really depends on whether you're in tune with that Solana culture and style. You know, for a layer 2 solution for the Solana blockchain, it's not branded how I'd expect it to be. You know, at the end of the day, it looks how it looks, and you can have a look through, find out more information about it, the utility, the chain, developer updates. They have a pre-sale that's on now. It's entirely up to you guys whether you want to get involved in it or not. I am not buying into the pre-sale, and I am not affiliated with the project in any way, shape or form. It's more so, it was very interesting for me because it's something that's capturing a lot of attention online because it's solving a problem for Solana. And whoever does that is likely to see significant growth. So it's one that I'm definitely going to keep an eye on, but I want to see that it has launched, that it is doing what it says it's going to do. Then it might well be something of interest for me moving forwards. I'll also give you guys a very quick update in the whole market. So global market crypto market cap, that's a mouthful, is 2.88 trillion. So it's down like 1.5% over the last 24 hours, which makes total sense. You know, Bitcoin's just had a really nice push up. It's letting off a little bit of steam. So that's normal to see. The Trump coin is catching a bid because obviously Donald Trump had put some information out about this coin and the kind of board of people that are involved in it. And yesterday it went up like 78%. Today it's up another 32%. Obviously it's a meme coin, but nonetheless, Trump, if he speaks, he can move a market. We know that with the tariffs, and we know it with his own coin. If we have a look on the 24-hour, the majority of things are just cooling off slightly. Sui is still moving up. You know, that is such a strong project, Sui. You know, I have to say it's one of the ones that you really, really want to keep an eye on because I think it's going to do serious numbers in this bull market. Anything else standing out for me? Not really, no. I would say in the top kind of 30, Sui standing out, and the rest of the market is just cooling off ever so slightly. Let's see how the next few days go. Fear and greed is at 53. Altcoin season, we're still not even into it yet. We're still massively in Bitcoin season, 12 out of 100. And that, my friends, is your crypto update for April 24th, 2025. Bitcoin's holding at $92,000. Tariffs, the Fed, 21 Capital, all driving the market. And of course, remember, join our free WhatsApp Crypto Insights Hub for daily tips, community vibes, get involved in the chat. Link is below in the description. Like, subscribe, hit that bell for more. Thanks for tuning in and stay sharp out there, guys.